Hello, friends. It's the Cinemondo podcast with Kathy and Mark and me talking about movies. You know, there's this thing about copyrights. I mean, the copyrights ending, things becoming public domain. That idea that every year we get this list of things that have now become public domain, and those things are starting to creep into pop cultural icons that we all grew up with, and things like that, like Steamboat Willie, and I think our grandparents grew up with that, but we all remember Popeye, right?
Of course.
Popeye? Yeah, even though that was Popeye, Fleischer cartoons were like from the 30s.
Really
I mean, they're
right, like way before.
Back. But
we still watched them in like after school TV back in the olden days.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And so evidently Popeye just came on as into the public domain, which means anybody can take the Popeye character or characters and make whatever they want.
That's
and
right.
So here we are with a film called Shiver Me Timbers, which, of course, that was something that he said.
Did he say that? That sounds like something a pirate would say or something. But I don't remember Popeye saying "Shiver Me Timbers"? Did he say that?
I don't know. For some reason, I thought he did, but you might be right. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like something he would say, but he also said other things too. Obviously,
it says "Shiver Me Timbers" is a line that has appeared in the 1934 Popeye the Sailor cartoon.
Oh, okay.
It's a short called "Shiver Me Timbers."
Okay, so maybe it's based on a short. Who knows? You are.
I should have worn my Popeye shirt. I have a Popeye shirt. What a wasted opportunity. When we do the movie review, I will wear my Popeye shirt.
Okay. This one is set in the 80s in Northern California, so it's not set like in the 20s or 30s. So it's sort of like I think has an 80s flair to it. And we don't know much more, but it's it has all the Popeye characters, written and directed by Paul Stephen Mann, and it's opening April 1st, April Fool's Day, which is kind of fun. I think it's kind of a horror comedy vibe. So let's take a look.
Idea.
Yeah, let's take a look at the preview for a trailer for Shiver Me Timbers.
All right.
Ready?
And now, the full trailer for the Popeye comedy horror film, Shiver Me Timbers.
Okay.
Meet Olive Oil. She's got it all. Great friends, a loving brother.
Such a nerd, Ollie.
A promising future. But tonight, all that's about to change. Because tonight, on the night of Halley's Comet, the world's most famous sailor man will transform into a monstrous Slayer man.
Wow. He looks amazing. What?
An old sailor? An old sailor dog?
That jerky guy scared me.
Whoa. I got it.
What?
Oh, shit. What was that? Oh, my God.
This film's got sex.
Give me some shiver, baby.
This film's got drugs. And rock and roll.
Nobody's killing anybody around here.
I'm telling you, when you're gone, you're gone.
See Popeye the Slayer Man in Shiver Me Timbers. Well, blow me now.
So there's having fun with this one.
Okay, it's got the voiceover guy like they used to have in these old trailers. Shiver Me Timbers.
It has sex. It has drugs.
It has what appear to be friends of the filmmaker, in the film, or else really good actors who are really good at acting like non-actors.
It looked like 80s exploitation.
It looked like a kind of movie that I would have worked on in the 80s.
Yeah.
Or maybe you starred in.
Or maybe I was in it. Yeah, it looks like Evil in the Woods, guys. Look up Evil in the Woods, the worst film ever made. It's literally considered to be the worst film ever made, Evil in the Woods. and
See,
I am the first casualty in that film.
It is a tremendous performance, Burk. I
Yes.
think you should be very proud.
And if if you're into that kind of thing, which I think this is what they're
Yeah.
going, that's
Have
what they're
fun.
going for. They're having
Yeah.
fun with this. It's obviously silly. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
And the trailer obviously, shows that you're going to go in there, hopefully having some fun, getting some laughs, some goofy gore, that's way over the top and silly.
Total grindhouse kind of thing.
Yeah, I love their marketing in that way, that they're leaning into that. And I think that's a cool idea because it could go either way. But also I must say, it just seems like Popeye is being unjustly accused because I did not actually see him kill anyone. It looked like girls killing everyone.
I know.
He was just sort of standing there looking scary, but he didn't actually kill anyone. So
well, he can't help what the meteor makes him do, right?
He can't. help it.
And also maybe olive oil is the killer.
Exactly.
Even though it said Popeye the Slayer Man.
Oh,
So that's interesting.
Yeah, but the trailer showed him doing nothing but standing there witnessing murders. so
maybe you can't really walk in that suit. So he's just a lot of it's just
a lot of cool shots of him.
Or it's not even a person. It's just sort of a model that they have, and they just sort of wheel it in, and
we're having fun with it. But
we are having fun.
No, they're gonna have to expect that with a film like this.
Yes, they're having fun. They're not being
we know where this came from. I think I know what weird twisted world this film came from, and I think I get it. And I think it looks very much like they get it.
Yes.
I looked at this and I was like, God, this is like. Some people try to make 80s films. They try to make things that are 80s. This one actually looks like it was made in the 80s.
which is a tip of the cap. I mean, that's
absolutely
the sailor cap.
Yeah.
That's why I think, I love these kind of movies because I like that they just go to the extreme. They're not trying to be artsy. They're trying to just bring the horror movie fan its due. And they just have like a cool villain, and they just have really gross, disgusting violence, which I love. So I have nothing against it.
And do you have some posters? I wonder if the posters give a vibe.
Yeah, poster. The poster is shockingly modern and polished, which I think it would have been. I know they're trying to stand out and not look like an exploitation movie, but it would have been cool if they had done like an exploitation movie. The title is, but it looks very Photoshop, like it was put together, by hand or something.
It doesn't look vintage. It doesn't look 80s.
No, but I love the copy line. I am what I am. That's all I am. That's funny. But did he have a bone? Is the pipe like a bone? It kind of looked
he always had a corncob pipe, but this is sort of like his gigantic like weed pipe or something.
It looked like in the movie, it almost looked like it was a bone that was made into a pipe. It looked weird.
Maybe.
Or a shillelagh or something, a cudgel.
Yeah. Kind of interesting though. But fun title treatment. And interesting. It almost looks like a font because the E's look exactly the same pretty much. But very, very fun. Hey, it's Popeye as a serial killer, murder, slasher. I love that idea. I think that's a fun.
But
idea.
the actor they got before he, as the fisherman, before he turned into the monster Popeye, looked a lot like the real Popeye.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's probably supposed to be actual Popeye.
There's a real Popeye who
there is
possessed or something.
I guess. Yeah.
And then a meteor lands. Interestingly, some of the old Popeye cartoons and stuff did have kind of an absolutely unhinged weirdness to them. Drawn by a guy named Seagar. And then they had the Fleischer Brothers cartoons, and they had these weird characters that were like extraterrestrials or something called Jeeps.
And they just did Jeep, right? They just that was that noise. Yeah.
They were like gremlins or something. And there was kind of a weird edge to a lot of those cartoons. They were not, I wouldn't say violence, but the basic concept of Popeye is violence. He eats his spinach and then he beats the crap out of Bluto,
Yeah. Who deserved it?
And he beats him up in ways that would kill a human. So you're wondering, like, if you punch somebody so hard they go flying through the air and land on the top of a mountain, it's like that person's probably going to die in real life. But
probably
Bluto is like,
I would say there's a good chance. I know.
But there's no Mr. Wimpy in this, is there? Eating hamburgers?
There might be.
There has to be.
There might be some, dude in the back seat who's been smoking a bunch, and he's like, "Dude, I want a hamburger, but I can't pay you today."
was like, shut up,
I'll
Wimpy.
pay you Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll pay you Wednesday
Oh,
for
God.
a hamburger today. How
I don't
about
know.
that?
This looks super fun. I
It looks
like a
fun.
good old like exploitation movie. I'm fine
And-
with it.
And
they're
this is
opening-
like total exploitation, totally exploiting
Nothing
the
else.
idea of Popeye being in the public domain
That's right.
yeah.
and exploiting the giant saw. You know,
I saw it was great. I like his character design. I thought was very cool. Like if you're gonna do a slasher killer Jason type Popeye, I thought they did a pretty good job on that. Whoever the actor is has a great like. That's how you think he would look, very stout. You know, I thought they did a cool job on designing that. So enjoyed that. I know it's not
April
right.
Fool's Day. Coming April Fool's. No, hey, listen, it's going for it, and I think that's if you appreciate that, then I think you'll probably have fun at this film. So
Right.
Shiver Me
I
Timbers.
do appreciate it.
I
I
love these
appreciate
low
the accuracy of the genre. I mean, there's the genre that we're talking about. It's like I don't know if they had a low budget, but they made it look like they had a low budget.
Yes.
And even, I mean, unless they did it like this because they couldn't afford to do it any other way, they somehow simulated the bad sound quality of an 80s film, and the way the film looks, the framing, the composition, the way the lighting looks, that sort of weird, like a blue light, you know, coming in from one side like this, and all those kind of little tricks that you used to see in the 80s, and those things that you don't really think about. You can't really put your finger on it. It's like somebody did their homework here.
Yeah. They did. And it's the 80s. It's a slasher movie. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So check it out. Shiver Me Timbers coming April Fool's Day, everybody.
Perfect
right.
day to go see it.
It is.
Absolutely. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.